Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Secret Files Tunguska. We managed to make it into the military complex, into a bathroom. We found out the reason that the train was conveniently waiting around for us as we puzzle over these puzzles is because the train conductor engineer man lost his key. So add that to the list of puzzles we must puzzle. Oh, hello.
I'm gradually getting a little nervous. I've been running around here in circles for nearly 3 hours and I still couldn't smoke.
Pull yourself together, Romanova. You know that we are completely understaffed. Most of the soldiers are already on the train. I think you'll manage to survive the next few minutes.
Yeah, I know. But I've already chewed off all my nails. It's starting to get critical.
Romanova, you...
Oh, come on. Just 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. I have to settle a few things, and then I'll take over for you.
Thanks. You're a treasure.
Speaking of treasure, you'll smoke with Yushin at the side entrance. Is that clear? Otherwise, you'll flirt with one of your comrades, and then you'll be gone for ages.
Hey, it's okay. I get along great with Yushin. After all, we both agree that men are better lovers.
Good. I'll be right back, and then you can go on your break.
Okay, so I guess that explains Yushin. He's gay. Which is probably frowned upon. And, well, I know it's frowned upon in Russia, but now we know why we lit this cigarette. Why we lit this cigarette last week. Like.
Are you out of your mind? I work my ass off for you so that I can set aside 5 minutes and relieve you so you can take your break? And this is the thanks I get?
But
Oh, this will have consequences, I swear to you. You know why there's absolutely no smoking here, but this has consequences. There will definitely be consequences.
Consequences!
Hopefully she won't get into too much trouble.
Alright, now that we have some freedom to look around.
I think it's broken. Considering the contents, that is not a disadvantage.
Okay, bro. Vending machine. We can't, we can't pick up the... It looked like there are coins or something in there. I guess we can't... Coffee?
You make tea in that thing, I think.
Tea. Samovar.
I'd rather have a vodka.
Okay, so she's picky.
There's nothing useful in here.
Anyways. Guess she doesn't wanna.
I think these crossed-out cigarettes have some profound meaning. If only I knew what.
Looks like they have a picture of Putin there. And then this almost looks like it could be, I'm sure it's from something real, maybe. But, just with the head, from what little I can see, the headband, the desert gear, it makes me think of Punished Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5. In any case, let's go looking through the lockers. Look.
An envelope.
Let's take it.
A two-way radio. There is a sticker on the back with the number 15 on it.
Okay, so let me start. Let's see, today is the 6th. Video 15. Fusion. Alright, so let's take the radio. Got the envelope.
This stocking has at least as many ladders in it as its owner had levers.
I don't know what ladders are in reference to stockings, but take that.
A Russian military uniform.
And it just so happens to be our size.
I should try it on. If it fits, I may not be recognized as a civilian straight away. A hunky guy. He's definitely a photo model. I wonder if this lady soldier had something going on with all these men.
Well, from the way that other soldier talked, it wouldn't surprise me.
The photo is a bit small, but he looks really cute. And he is in the military, too. Like does attract like. A guy who looks so good is definitely a fan of the wrong soccer team. Oh well, we all have our faults.
This almost looks like they're testing some sort of prototype aircraft.
The way he looks, he surely is no longer available, and married for about 20 years. That doesn't seem to bother the owner of this locker, though.
I wonder what's with all this blue. I guess from the looks of it, it was originally painted blue, or maybe the metal is laced with blue or something, and then they painted it yellow, and now the yellow is fading and getting this blue shines through. But this blue reminds me of the dust. Look at how snazzy we are. It just reminds me of the blue you see in Russian military aircraft cockpit. Okay. Oh, we're done checking ourselves out.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget cracking it just by trying random numbers.
Okay, 5-digit lock. That leads us. Here we go. Locker. The locker belongs to a specific person. You'll find a clue to the right number combination with this person. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this is like extra help if you don't know what to do. Okay. Well, let's go.
Neither of those gorillas in front of the door looks that pleasant. The big question is, are they keeping someone in or keeping someone out? In both cases, it makes getting in there a very tempting and interesting thought.
All right. Well, let's see if we can talk to them. Oh, arrest me.
Hello.
If you don't get out of here, you could end up like the guy in there. And believe me, you don't want that. So beat it.
Okay. They are not very friendly.
A crane for heavy boxes and probably also military equipment.
Oh, really?
The room is being monitored by several cameras, and on top of that, the strict no smoking rules. Wonder what they are storing in here. I think someone got a good discount by ordering these signs by the dozen.
Okay. Uh-oh. I see problems with it, but the train. Maybe we can just get on the train.
He's guarding the train.
Thank you.
They are taking tanks along on a research trip? Just what did I get involved in here? Hello.
So, comrade, are you coming with us to Tunguska?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what a person will do for a couple extra rubles at the end of the month. I also need the permit.
Damn. I must have left it in the changing rooms, but I don't have to go all the way back there again, do I?
Yes, you do. Sorry, comrade, but I unfortunately can't do anything about it. If it were up to me, I would let you in, even without it. But it's unfortunately not up to me. The FSB guys would bite my head off if they found out.
Oh, come on. Nobody has to find out about it.
No, I'd rather not risk it. I heard Solotov screaming. Poor guy.
Solotov? What about him? Where is he?
In the game room. I think they really put him through the ringer. So hurry up and go get the permit. You still have a few minutes. And while you're at it, try to see if you can find the train driver. We've somehow lost him. I had him paged a few times already, but he simply isn't responding. I would look for him myself, but I can't leave my station. And hurry, we're already running late.
Isn't the train driver here yet?
No.
Maybe you should have him paged again.
Okay, but I don't think it'll do much good. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He still isn't here yet.
Again?
Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it either.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and pronto?
Let's hope that it works.
Do you know what the agents are doing here?
Working, I suppose?
No. Really?
We're all just doing our job here. And most of them are also really nice. They're people just like you and me.
I suppose you're right. I think I can save myself the question about the FSB people. No one dares to say a word that is in any way interesting. Is everybody already on board?
Yes, almost. We're still missing a couple guys from the FSB. But otherwise, everyone should be here.
And all the scientists, too?
Of course. They were all brought on board as soon as we started boarding. Weren't you here yet?
No, obviously not. Were there any problems?
No, not really. But some of them were bound so tightly that they didn't have much of a chance to resist.
Oh, yeah? Good thing, too. Have they all been put into one compartment?
I don't think so, but I don't exactly know for sure. What do you care? You're only responsible for your section and not for the entire group?
Yes, I'm really happy about that. If they so much as touch Daddy, hopefully I'll get into the right compartment. And if I don't, how do I find out where Daddy is? And how do I get there? Well, I'll have to think about that as soon as I get on board.
Alright.
Tell me, do you know why the train is so heavily guarded?
You already know that, don't you? They explained it to us several times, even if I don't really believe everything.
For example?
For example, that the captive scientists were all spies for the enemy. But whatever, that's not my concern.
What do you suspect?
No idea. I just think it's strange that they're being brought to a research station now. But maybe they aren't supposed to do any research there.
What then? Tell me.
Who knows what they'll do with them there. But let's change the subject, because I'd rather not think about it.
No, neither do I. Then I'll begin the search.
Good luck.
Alright, so we can't get on the train without our passport, and now we know that these guys are guarding Solotov. I forget if I mentioned it last time, but the FSB is Russian Security Intelligence Agency. I forget what exactly it stands for, Federal Security Bureau or something, maybe. I don't know. But they're basically the successors to the KGB. And of course, everyone knows the KGB, the Soviet-era intelligence agency, and how rough they could be, to say the least. So, all right. Well, we know the guy's key is in the. So his key is in the drain. So let's start doing it. Now, we couldn't turn the wheel last time, I think, because there's no water flowing. And she refused to turn this because she doesn't want to wash her hands. But maybe. Aha.
The hose is now connected to the water tap.
Oh, that's cool. So we could put it wherever we want, but not putting it there. And now.
Water, flow.
Now it's on. Okay.
There is a small key in it. A sieve at the other end of the pipe is stopping it getting washed away. The sieve is probably there to stop rubbish getting into the pipe system.
Okay, so right now I think it's all flowing down there and it's caught in a filter.
The stocking is still relatively clean. I wouldn't want to wear it anymore, but I didn't really want to before either. There seem to be deployment orders in there. Obviously, throughout the whole train journey, the highest state of alarm has been ordered, and they're expecting trouble from some kind of terrorists. That's why it says in the deployment orders that all irregularities must be reported immediately. I'm obviously not the only uninvited participant in this excursion. The guards will be extremely attentive to their duties. That's not good. Not good at all. There is something here about the exceptional treatment of special guests. Does that mean the prisoners? Maybe I'll find my father on the train. I'd better hurry.
Okay, well that's useful. It also means that our we're not exactly being inconspicuous here by asking him questions about literally everything, like, you know, someone who doesn't belong here. Boo boo boo. Tape. Ah. Now let's turn this valve.
Hopefully the stocking is of a known brand. Otherwise, the whole effort will have been for nothing. So, that should do the trick.
Let's check and make sure, though.
There is nothing swimming around in there apart from a few objects I'd rather not describe. The key is wriggling in the net. The rest inside, I'll just try to ignore.
Alright. So there's the key.
I'd better get changed again. The guard on the side entrance would start asking all sorts of questions if he suddenly saw me in uniform.
Yeah, especially concerning those deployment orders. So let's go meander over to Yushin. See if he's got any more beans he'd like to spill.
Hey, hello! It's me again!
Hi.
I'm just going to keep coming back and asking you questions about sensitive information you shouldn't divulge.
Can I ask you something else?
Sure, anytime. I'm bored anyway.
The two men that you came here with.
Psst, we should only talk about them behind closed doors. Or better yet, not at all.
Oh, they are from the Secret Service. FSB, aren't they?
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So can I.
Okay, I understand. But you could at least tell me their names, couldn't you?
If you'll leave me alone about it after I do.
I promise.
Good. Fitizov and Radenkov.
And who is who?
I kept my promise. Now stop asking me questions. Just because you don't care about your health doesn't mean that I don't care about mine.
Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Alright, so that gives us the information we need to know, I believe, now. So let's duck back into the tunnels.
I better put the uniform on again.
Where did you stash it? Oh well. Not my concern. Boop, 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 boop.
A two-way radio.
Thank you.
Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number
48.
48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
Headquarters. Please page both agents Fedosov and Radenkov. They should report immediately to the guard on duty in the freight compartment at the rear end of the train.
Okay.
Next time, I should think beforehand about what to say. It seems it worked out anyway.
Alright, well, our clever diversion seems to have worked. And now let's get caught by the security camera as we enter the restricted room, which I'm sure will have no repercussions for us later. Actually, don't know if it does or not. We're either going to get
Solitow. The poor guy looks really badly beaten up.
get caught up just because we're constantly questioning things, or
Hopefully they'll get the poor guy to a hospital on that one. A car battery. The connected cables make me think that Solitow has had a few electric shocks delivered to him.
if they don't catch us by, because I mean, we gotta get caught eventually, because then we gotta puzzle solve our way out. So either they're going to catch us because we're asking so many questions, or because they have us on the frickin' security camera, and there's one in here too. Brilliant.
Smoking allowed? So there's one rule for the ladies and gents of the Secret Service and another for the rest of the population. Is that Solitow's blood? He doesn't seem to have any open wounds, but the blood is still fresh. Crushed syringes. I don't know what was in there, but I'd better not touch them. Is that Solitow's blood? He doesn't seem to have any open wounds, but the blood is still fresh.
Hey, wake up, guy. We need you.
He's still breathing, but several bones appear to be broken. Also, bad burning on his torso. It looks like he has been tortured with electric shocks. He's got nothing on him, but maybe I can use his dog tags.
Alright, well, that's all you want to get, unless you want
I
to look
can
at
only
him.
hope that he survives these terrible injuries.
Nope. Just a victim of our desire to find a father. Hey, keep the noise down. I'm walking here. Alright, well, back to, actually...
Those are Solitow's dog tags. Rank Private First Class. Service number 31545.
Five-digit number.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget cracking it just by trying random numbers. 3, 1, 5, 4, 5. And will the lock open now? Hey, easy when you know the right combination.
That shadow looked a little sticky though.
There's something in it. An entry card. That must be the one that I should have got from Solitow. My new name is already on it. Nina Perkova.
Let's write that down because that seems like a critical detail that we don't want to...
My traveling permit. I could get used to my new name, Nina Perkova, but never to the photo. Here, I have your key. There are also several other things inside the stocking. You'll have to get the key out yourself, though.
Yo, dear. No, really. You really saved my ass. Give me another 2 minutes, then I'm finished here and we can finally go.
And my reward?
Reward? You saved my ass. Isn't the feeling of having done something good enough for you?
Yes, of course.
God, we're greedy. Alright. We've done everything we need to now. Oh, let's see about getting on.
He's guarding the train. Hi.
Hello. Don't forget, I still need your permit.
Here you go.
Isn't the train driver here yet?
No.
Maybe you should have him paged again.
Okay. But I don't think it'll do much good. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He still isn't here yet.
Again?
Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it either.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and pronto?
Let's hope that it works.
Then I'll begin the search.
Good luck.
Oh, okay, I guess we gotta do this.
Well then, up you go, and welcome aboard the MS Boredom, on its way to the end of the world.
Damn! The train is leaving. What am I going to do now? I still haven't found any clues telling whether my father is on board or not. On the other hand, if I don't continue the search, I'll never find out. And I don't have any real alternative either, do I? Let's hope that will turn out right.
Oh, if he's not here, he's surely in the,
Have you found him?
Not yet, but we're following some concrete clues.
That is unsatisfactory. We are running out of time. The project must begin as planned.
A few problems have surfaced in the little Kalenkov.
Don't bore me with details. You don't mean to tell me that you can't handle a couple of amateurs, do you?
No,
Good. Then you know what you have to do.
He talked himself to sleep, a talent that too few people have. Just in time, too. That senseless twaddle was driving me around the bend. People who tell you all about their digestive problems are not the most pleasant folk to share a conversation with. But when they also start to tell you about the effects of the recently enjoyed castor oil, now I can have a little look around in peace.
Alright, so we are on the train to... what town was that again? Ah, we have a new entry. Voluntary trip. Trans-Siberian Railway. There are, in fact, scientists on board the train, and some of them are not there voluntarily. But just as Nina boards the train, it starts moving. What should she do? Jump off and perhaps never see her father again? Nina has no choice, and her involuntary trip begins. However, she needs to be extremely careful because the train is crawling with soldiers and secret agents. So... we are off to I completely forget the name of the city. We can look at the map.
It seems to be a strategic map of the Tunguska region. The arrows look like the movement of troops, but I might also be wrong. Only 25 watts. You're not very bright, are you?
Well, apparently we can take it, so... Just steal everything that's not nailed down as always.
That soldier's bag of medication. If I think about his description of the effects of castor oil, it makes me feel a little more than just queasy. I can't reach it without waking the guy.
We gotta get rid of him.
An open bottle of orange juice.
Oops.
Dried something. It could have been fruit once. There's no bulb in it. The landscape around here all looks so miserable and dreary. It's difficult to say where we are.
Hard to believe that Siberia would be that green though. Ooh.
I should put the light bulb back into the lamp first. Quite a bright idea, really.
Fish.
2 machine guns.
They're assault rifles, not machine guns.
They are secured with snap locks. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to start anything with a whole army.
That won't stop me from wanting to take them. Alright, so what have we got? We have a door. This looks like it could be a bathroom, maybe? Take a look in there first. Menu.
The catering list for the week. Today is potato soup. Delicious. A 3-month-old duty rota.
Is that anything like a duty roster? I need you to move.
I always thought you couldn't tell if an egg was fresh or not just by looking at it. I have just changed my mind.
Oh, we can't take the egg?
A large pot. It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here.
In other words, we need it eventually, but we don't know what, so we aren't allowed to take it. So there are some limits to our kleptomania.
A water tap. I don't want to wash my hands at the moment. Acacia honey. Sweet and with a mild aroma. I should know. I was a honeybee in my previous life.
There you are. Let's take it. Surprisingly, that's everything from this little galley, so...
This thing has all... I should tell Max or Oleg where I am. On the other hand, if they catch me talking on the phone, it won't help my situation. I'll wait until we stop somewhere and I'm alone.
That's smart, but we kind of are alone right now. Let's see what else we can steal.
There are the first scientists already. Maybe I can get some information here. However, I should not ask too directly about my father, so that no one becomes suspicious.
See, we have scientists doing sciencey things, like colored liquids, making a bubble.
I have no idea what one can do with that thing. I paid a bit of attention in physics, and I know that electricity comes out of there. I'm not putting my fingers in there. It's bad for my hairdo.
Hello.
Scientific assistant. That was an insult at university, but he really looks quite nice. Hello. May I interrupt for a moment?
Psst. Not so loud. Dr. Lesniak is working and is really concentrating. We really shouldn't disturb him. Plus, he's in a pretty bad mood.
What happened? Why is the doctor in such a bad mood?
He's under a lot of stress. We are working on a test series, and Professor Sidorkin wants results as quickly as possible.
I understand. And this Professor Sidorkin gets very angry if he doesn't get results quick enough?
Well, he's okay. But Dr. Lesniak is unbelievably ambitious and naturally tries to finish as soon as possible. And when the doctor is stressed out and doesn't have bread and jam, he can become quite unpleasant.
Bread and jam?
Yes, it sounds strange, I know. But he apparently needs it to reduce his stress. Other people beat the heck out of a sandbag. He eats bread and jam.
Well, We all have our own ways and means to deal with difficult situations. And if he gets bread and jam, he gets a bit more sociable?
Yes, it helps. Unfortunately, he accidentally dropped his glass jar on the train platform. And there's no jam here on the train. I've looked everywhere.
I'll be on my way then. If I find any jam, I'll let you know.
That would be great. Working with him when he is in such a bad mood is really not a pleasure.
Right,
That reminds me of my chemistry lessons. Not a pleasant memory.
there it is. I feel like we're supposed to use the dried fruit.
Dried something. It's big and I don't...
There we go.
In you go.
Honey?
I'm sure that will be delicious. Or not delicious. It's big and I don't... A composition of culinary prowess lovingly put together by myself. It's called stodgy.
Stodgy, eh?
I always thought you could...
Take the egg.
I don't want to... A composition...
So we have at least some of the ingredients. You need the bread, though. Or, you know, something. There's, like, can't go further on the train.
There are chemical formulae written on it. If I had paid a lot more attention at school, I still wouldn't understand them. White bread. It's so fresh and soft that it almost falls apart just by looking at it. Surely I can take one slice.
Yoink. Okay, there's a computer over there. Oh,
One of the samples that gets analyzed here.
oh, thanks for that insight.
The assistant's table. One of the samples that gets analyzed here.
Okay, no, that's helpful. But we found the bread. So now we should be able to go and...
This creation is not ready yet. There is still a certain something missing. It's big. A composition of...
We're still calling it stodgy.
I don't... Doesn't matter what else I throw in, it's not going to get any better. It's big.
Now can we put it in?
Well, what do you know? I should really take part in a cooking competition.
Oh god, why would you put orange juice? Orange juice and...
Delicious.
Like, I get the honey, and I get the dried fruit, but...
I've got something here for you. Perhaps it will help improve your mood.
This is for me?
Yes, you do like bread and jam, don't you? I made it myself, just for you.
Thank you very, very much. Very interesting. You said you made it yourself. Yes, very interesting and very delicious. Thank you. I really needed it. I'm feeling much better already.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. Has it helped your mood a little?
Yes. I owe you one. If I can ever return the favor.
Then I'll get back to you. Maybe sooner than you think.
Anytime.
Hello. Are the good mood and the ability to concentrate back in gear?
Yep. I'm doing much better. I know that this obsession with bread and jam doesn't exactly speak well for a reputable scientist. It's just one of my quirks. I simply need it now and then.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have our weaknesses. Also, when some have a huge screw loose. What exactly do you do here?
We are studying the regenerative capabilities of certain plants.
Sounds very interesting. How does that work?
The study?
Yes.
We'll both be old and gray by the time I've explained it. Please don't misunderstand me. I don't think you are stupid. But you can't explain it in 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. You're probably right. Would it disturb you very much if I watched you working? I find all of that absolutely fascinating. I also promise not to ask too many stupid questions and not to interrupt.
All right, but don't touch anything. And if you have any questions, I'm sure Alexei will be happy to explain it to you.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Okay, so we got his name now.
Are you the only scientists on board this train?
No, not as far as I know. Apparently there are a few on board, but the compartments are separated from one another, and the doors are being guarded by soldiers. That's too bad. It would have been interesting to discuss research results among yourselves. Well, hopefully we'll have enough time for that later.
You have no idea which of your other colleagues are on the train?
No. The only person who has a complete list of the scientists and scientific researchers is Professor Sidorkin.
I'll have to get my hands on this list. Then I'll know for sure if Dad is on the train or not, and exactly where I can find him.
Right.
Who is this Sidorkin?
Professor Sidorkin? He is my direct superior and the scientific director of the biologists. You don't know him? He's an absolute genius in his field. There's hardly anyone who knows more than he does in the field of molecular biology.
Oh, that must have passed me by. Do you think I could talk with him for a moment?
He's right next door. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him right now. He's under a lot of stress and is extremely irritable. And when I say extremely irritable, I mean even more irritable than me when I have to go 2 weeks without bread and jam.
Wow, that bad. Then I'll be careful. Why is he so irritable?
There are a few problems, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to go back to work now. You'll excuse me.
If I promise not to stand in the way and not to ask too many stupid questions, can I have a look around?
Sure, but don't touch anything.
Alright, so that sets up our objective now, is to get the list from Sidorkin. What a dorky name, Sidorkin. Alexei, hello.
Phew, that was close. I have only just saved humanity from the terrible Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, thank you very much. Working with him is now so much more relaxed. I owe you one. So if you have any questions, I unfortunately can't tell you everything. I hope you understand that.
Of course. I'm happy that I can see your work at all. A soldier who interests herself for science, that's not a daily occurrence, is it?
No, and certainly not someone as pretty as you.
Oh, thank you.
That translation was a bit off. A soldier who interests herself for science. Maybe a soldier who is interested in science. But that guy's voice actor sounds very unenthusiastic with his lines.
What you're doing here looks incredibly complicated.
Really? It's actually quite simple. These plant samples were exposed to radiation that is very similar to the radiation in the Tunguska region. At first the doses were kept rather low, and were then continually increased. I exposed the samples in that device over there to a flame with a constant temperature, and see what remains from the plant.
You burn plants?
Yes, you could say that. We are trying to determine which dosage of radiation no longer leads to the complete deterioration of the cell structure.
Wow, I even understood that.
Well, I deliberately left out 2/3 of the explanations.
Wonderful. Once in my life, I'm proud of my scientific abilities, and you blow the whole illusion apart.
I'm sorry.
What exactly will you be doing at our destination?
You mean in the research station?
Yes, exactly. There. Scientific assistants also seem to be easy to question on an international level. So, it has to do with the research station. Maybe I can squeeze an odd secret or two out of him. What exactly is your task at the station?
Unfortunately, I can't tell you that. Otherwise, the station wouldn't be a secret.
So, it's secret, is it? Very good. Come on, boy, tell me more. Yes, I understand, but perhaps you can tell me something which isn't quite so secret. I have unfortunately little idea about biology and chemistry, but it certainly is fascinating, isn't it?
I can only talk about what Dr. Lesniak and I are supposed to be doing there.
Sure.
A long time ago, they discovered that the plants in the region exhibit abnormal plant growth. It isn't a secret. It was all over the newspapers.
Yes, of course.
And now we are trying to influence this growth in a controlled manner.
Fascinating. And what is the goal?
Unfortunately, I can't say. But imagine if we could arbitrarily manipulate the growth of plants. That would solve the problem of world hunger in one fell swoop.
Wow, that really does sound like a huge goal.
Indeed.
What I wanted to ask you was...
Just a minute. If you can pester me with questions, then I can too.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's nothing personal. So, why have so many soldiers been brought into a prohibited zone?
Prohibited zone?
Yes, in the research station and everything. I mean, with the materials and all the people here, you could wage a small war.
Yes, well, I'm not allowed to talk about that. You scientists have your instructions, and unfortunately, we have ours.
Ah, I understand. I willingly tell you everything about our experiments, and I have one little question and get an answer like that.
I'm sorry. I would love to tell you everything I know, but that is very little anyway. It's nothing personal, but what I do know is top secret.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll be off then.
Okay, see you later.
I get a feeling he's on to it. But yeah, that would be interesting if you... The big takeaway seems to be that these plants have, the radiation has made them regenerative. So you basically have hardier plants that could make them more resistant to things like bacteria or pests, and that alone could increase crop yields. Let alone if they could make them grow and mature faster. So, and then there's obviously more potential beyond that. You could, if you could apply this to other things like animals or even humans. Sidorkin's list, Trans-Siberian Railway. Professor Sidorkin has a list of all the scientists and research assistants on board the train. Nina's father one of them. A look at this list would definitely be worth its weight in gold. Research station in Tunguska, Trans-Siberian Railway. Nina was able to find out several very interesting things. A secret research station has apparently been built in the Tunguska region. They have discovered that the growth of some plants there is completely outside the normal range. Scientists are now trying to understand and reproduce this growth. But what does Nina's father have to do with it? Well, he was on one of the original expeditions, so they probably need his expertise. And, let's go try to barge in on Sidorkin over here. Oh my. This must be...
100-watt bulb. That's a bit of healthy competition for the sun.
Why don't you take this 25-watt? Oh, we can't put that back. Okay.
The door is secured with a huge padlock.
Do we have anything to pick the lock? No. We are going through there, and I imagine the intercom won't get us very far right now, but one thing I think we can do with... Ooh. Wakey wakey! Hands off the snakey!
If I switch on the light, the nice gentleman there may wake up. I'd better be very careful of him.
Which dumbass turned the light on? If I find out, I'll probably get another 15 years in the slammer.
Oh well, he'll definitely calm down soon. At least, I hope he will.
Excellent. Now,
That soldier's bag of medication.
now we can look through his bag.
So, I've got the bottle of castor oil. His dirty books and his smelly underwear I will very generously leave where it is.
Right. Got castor oil. Go where I think it's...
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption. Can I speak to you for a moment?
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough in his experiments, no.
But...
The train can blow up for all I care. I don't want to be disturbed.
It's really...
No!
Okay, so that's not going quite where I thought it was.
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption. Can I speak to you for a moment?
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't...
But
the train can...
it's really...
No!
Okay.
Locked.
So we need him to willingly get us in there.
I better not disturb him, otherwise he could throw me out of the compartment. Dr. Lesniak, in an extremely good mood. Scientific assistant. Sorry, may I disturb you again?
It's not a good time at the moment. I have to finish this first.
Okay, so we can't talk to them anymore.
A very small bottle with a devastating effect.
They're like coffee.
I have no idea. I'm not putting my fingers in there.
Oh, I wonder... We still have the empty bottle.
Not much water goes into the bottle, but it's better than nothing.
Because I was thinking, you know, they took away our radios as soon as we got on the train. You know, the other stuff, but...
The scientist behind his desk there probably won't find that very funny.
I would.
The scientist behind his desk. White bread. Well, I'm sure that owner will be able to spare it. Big time white bread robbery. I can see the headlines now. No, I don't know any fence who will take it off me, and apart from that, the black market prices are at rock bottom. White bread.
Okay, so it's just the same. I think I see.
It's... As long as I don't know what I'm going to do with a further slice of bread and jam.
I know what.
I think I can say in all confidence that this will be a devastating success.
Yeah.
I have just realized that I haven't eaten for ages. I should be careful that I don't inadvertently bite into that. I'm getting stomach cramps just thinking about it.
I think I see a plan to success here.
Another bread and jam just for me. That's almost too much of a good thing. Thank you. Oh, I'm not feeling so well. I must have swallowed the jam and bread a little too quickly. Alexei, please continue working here and tell Sidorkin as soon as you have the right result. I've got to go somewhere and fast. Very fast.
Very fast. I have an insatiable urge to poop, but I'm going to keep speaking in monotone. Now, that should let us do a little oopsie over here.
A little liquid should be enough. It would look a little suspect if everything here were underwater.
Damn, why did the fuses have to choose to blow now? I have to go replace the fuses. Could you watch to make sure no one touches anything?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
I'll take very special care that nobody touches a thing in here, apart from my good self.
Quick, steal everything that's not nailed down.
I'll take the sample out of the glass. I don't know anything about those. I'd better keep my fingers to myself. I have no idea what sort of plant this is from.
Right. Bottle. Pink.
The assistant's table.
Oh, we can't look at like his notes.
I don't know anything about... I'll take the sample out. That's the plant that I...
Yes. put it back. So we got 2 plant samples. Jars.
Big time white bread robber.
Nope, they're not going to let us deal that anymore, so...
I'll take the seat.
Right. Does that open new dialogue?
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption. Can I speak to you for a moment?
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough in his experiments, no.
But...
The train can blow up for...
It's really...
No!
Oh, really? Can't we... Okay, so we have to do sciencey things, I guess.
That reminds me of my chemistry lessons. Not a pleasant memory. There are chemical formulae written on. I don't know anything about... I have no idea what...
Well, it's an incinerator. You can incinerate things. Oh. Guess I'm kind of at a loss at this point. So, this seems to be a good place to stop. Oh, well, try one last thing.
I had better not wake that guy again. Otherwise, he'll get really mad.
Ah.
The door is secured with a huge padlock.
Okay. So, since this seems to be a pretty good breaking point, so... We take that rock? No. Fork, I think. So, in that case, I think we'll just cut it here for now then, and we'll pick up this next time. So, with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.